This video is brought to you today by Ghost Tags. This is my own company that I started because I wanted a glow-in-the-dark AirTag case. These things are awesome. You can stick them on your backpack, on your dog's collar, and you will be able to find it at night. We've got two colors, blue and green. They've got great reviews. Go check them out. Links to them down below. Now on to the video. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slimithy TV. In this video, we're going to go over the best tips and tricks for iOS 18 because everyone just got this brand new operating system and there's so much to it, but there's a lot of little features that a lot of people don't know about. So I'm going to teach you guys all of the features that you need to know to become a power user in iOS 18. Now, the first little tip and trick I'm going to give you guys, did you know that you can now screen share from iPhone to iPhone at any time? Yeah, don't tell your grandma that because she's going to be calling you up and asking you to fix all types of stuff. However, if you do need to, now it's a lot easier because you can just initiate a screen share. But what if you're screen sharing with someone and you get an embarrassing text that pops up? That would not be good. So Apple has thought about this apparently. It probably happened to someone on the dev team, and they implemented a new feature that can allow you to turn off notifications while you're screen sharing. So you're going to want to do this, okay? Open up your settings, scroll down until you see notifications, click on that, and from here, click on screen sharing and turn off allow notifications. That way, when you're screen sharing with someone else, maybe to your friend, your mom, your grandma, they're not going to be able to see all the text and stuff that you get popping up on the screen. Next up, while you're in iOS 18, you may as well go ahead and just customize your control center here. Go ahead, add different things, move these around, drag them, make them bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do. Add different controls, add new pages of controls. Just make this your own so that it makes your phone a little bit more personal to you and you'll have a lot more enjoyment using it. Something a lot of people are not happy about with iOS 18 is the Photos app redesign. Now, if you're having trouble with this, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of tips to clean up the Photos app, make it look a little bit more normal. So open the Photos app, scroll all the way down and click on Customize and Reorder. Yeah, I'm trying not to put my photos on blast here. Now, once you're on this page, you can go ahead and customize all of these different collections and personalize them to yourself. So you can move them around. You can turn some off if you don't want to see it. You can drag them up and down, move them around. If for some reason you mess up, you can always just hit the reset button up here, but that is what it's going to look like. Once you're done, you can go ahead and move these around and get your Photos app to look just how you want it. All right, next up, you're going to want to turn on RCS Messaging. So if you have any Android buddies, you're going to want to use RCS. It lets you see read receipts for Android users, typing indicators, send full video and photo quality so you don't have any, weird tiny pictures or stuff that looks blurry. It makes the texting experience with Android so much better. And the way you'll know you have RCS on is instead of it saying iMessage right here, it'll just say RCS. So if it says that, you're already good to go. But if it doesn't say that with an Android user, you're going to want to go into settings. You're going to scroll down until you see apps. Click on that and then scroll down until you see messages. Click on that. And from here, you're going to scroll down until you see RCS Messaging. Go ahead, click on that and make sure that is toggled on. Now, if you're not seeing this toggle for some reason, all you have to do is back out of this, go to General right here and click on About. Scroll down until you see Carrier, click on that, and it should say Voice, SMS, and RCS. If it does, you're good to go. Now, if it doesn't, that means Apple and your carrier don't have it enabled yet, so they've got to work through their agreements to turn on RCS for whatever your carrier is. Now, while you're in settings here, scroll back down, go to Apps, go back to Messages, and you're going to want to make a quick change here. At the very bottom, I don't know if you guys saw this before, you've got low quality image mode. Turn that off unless you have some dire need to only send low quality images. But if you turn this off, you're going to get the full image effect from someone. If someone sends you an image, it's going to be full size. It's not going to be tiny. So make sure low quality image mode is turned off. All right, the next tip and trick is to allow audio playback in the camera app. Yeah, you heard me right. Apple has now allowed us, if we go to record sound here in the camera settings, you can allow audio playback when you open up a video to record. So when you open up the camera app and you go to record a video, it's not going to pause your music automatically if you have this enabled, which is great. Now let's quickly back out of this, but we're going to stay in the camera section here. Check this out. If we go to preserve settings, there's some new menus here that you can preserve. So controls menu, you can preserve that. You guys can go ahead and kind of copy mine if you want. This is how I like to have mine set up to preserve the settings. But there's a couple new ones in here that you might want to go through. Like again, the controls menu. If you want to turn that on so it preserves it every time, you can toggle that now. And me personally, I like to keep Apple ProRes turned off for preservation. What that means is if I'm on video mode here on the camera app, the ProRes SDR is going to stay turned off unless I change it. So it's not going to preserve it every time. It's just going to default to off, which is what I want. Now, if I want it, I can easily turn it on, but you can see right here, it's got a free resources just to do any. So I'm not going to use ProRes right now. It's kind of overkill for me. All right, so this next tip could save you some money, so pay attention. In the settings app, click on your name at the top, then click on subscriptions. And in here, cancel any subscription that you do not need anymore. You guys can see what I canceled, but the pro tip here is if you click on one of these, so let's just say I go into Copilot here, and then I click on see all plans, There might be, in some cases, there are cheaper plans that are the exact same thing. So I'm on the yearly subscription, but look, there's also a yearly subscription that's $95. I'm on the cheaper one. But if I was on this one, I could have just clicked see all plans and switched to this cheaper yearly plan. It's the same thing, it's just cheaper. So go through your subscriptions if you have to keep them for some reason. Me personally, I'm trying to get rid of all subscriptions in my life. I'm tired of them. There's a few here that I keep, like QuakeFeed. It's $5 a year. That's crazy cheap. But besides that, I mean, I'm trying to get rid of all these. If you have some that you have to have, go in and try to change and see if there's a cheaper plan for the exact same thing. This is like a backdoor to go ahead and switch your subscriptions to a cheaper plan for literally no cost. It's like a little secret. So tell your friends about this one. You could save them some money every month or every year. All right, another way to save money on your phone is to limit your battery charging. So if you go into battery and click on charging, you can now limit the full charge of your iPhones from 80 all the way up to 100% in 5% increments. So if you wanted to set at 85, that means now my phone is only going to charge up to 85% no matter what. So when I plug it in overnight, when I wake up in the morning, it's going to be 85% charged. This is technically better for lithium ion batteries, but I pay the full price for my phone, so I'm going to use the full battery. How about that? So I'm going to set my limit back to 100%, and I'm going to keep optimized battery charging on, and I'm going to keep clean energy charging turned off. So copy it if you want. All right, so this next tip, this could go either way. This could either help you or hurt you. And the reason I'm saying that is if you go into Cellular, click on Cellular Data, then go to your primary line, click on that, and then go ahead and click on Voice and Data. And I personally have mine set to 5G on and 5G standalone. Now, I found in my area, it works better for me to do it this way. So my phone is always in 5G mode. Now, this will use a little bit more battery and I really don't care, but this is the way that I like it. Most people should have 5G auto set and then 5G standalone turned off. However, as 5G gets better in people's areas, you might want to switch it to how I have it. I haven't had any issues. In fact, I've had less issues with it being like this. So, you know, take it for what it is. I personally like keeping mine like this. I've gotten better speeds than other people who have this setting changed. So keep that in mind. Then click on data mode. If you go back and then click on data mode, you'll see this page here, and you can do either allow more data on 5G standard or low, but it literally tells you what it does. I personally just like to have mine on more 5G. I've got unlimited. It doesn't matter to me, but that's how I have it. This could use a little more battery again, but I don't care. Change this to whichever one you want. Yours is probably on standard, but low data mode will help remove background tasks from 5G or cellular. So that could save some battery and some data. So you might want to use low data mode if you're low on battery and or data. All right, while we're talking about internet, go ahead and click on your Wi-Fi settings here, then click on the little I button right there. From here, click on private Wi-Fi address and make sure this is set to rotating. This is gonna rotate your MAC address every so often so that different networks can't track you across other networks. This is super clutch if you're connecting to a lot of free networks like Starbucks Wi-Fi, or like if you're at a hotel, they can track and see where your MAC address, because it never changes, where your MAC address, where your phone's been, they can track you wherever you're going. If you keep it on rotating, it's going to give them a fake MAC address and it's going to change that MAC address all the time. If you keep it on fixed, it's just going to give them a fake MAC address. If you keep it off, they're going to see your real MAC address. So don't do that. Keep it on fixed or rotating. I personally recommend rotating because then it's changing all the time. They really can't track you then. It's a lot harder, at least from that specific attack. So rotating is the way to go. All right, this next one is a no-brainer. Open up settings, scroll down until you see privacy, click on that, and click on contacts. You can now limit different applications to have limited access to your contacts. So if I want Discord to only have one of my contacts, I can choose limited access. If I gave full access, technically all of my contacts could be uploaded to Discord servers, and that's creepy as heck. I definitely don't want that happening. So you should now go through and limit a bunch of these apps so you don't have your full contacts anymore. There's almost no need for that anyway. And in the same vein, if you go back and you click on photos, you can do the exact same thing. And you can limit access to these different apps so that when you open the app, they're not uploading your whole entire photo library to their application, because that's creepy. If you limit it, you can choose what they can see and what they can't. So definitely go through and change these so that they're not uploading all your stuff to a server. There's almost no good way to tell if they're actually like taking your photos and uploading it randomly to a server. Keep it on limited, that way you know what they have access to. All right, so that probably creeped you out, but while we're in the privacy settings here, click on tracking right here and turn that off. Don't allow apps to ask to track you. Just turn it off altogether. That way there's no tracking on the Apple side between these different apps. You want to keep that off. It's creepy. And speaking of creepy, you're also going to want to scroll all the way down and turn off analytics and improvements. Just make it like mine where they're all turned off. You don't need that. Again, like I said, it's creepy. Apple advertisement is weird too. You don't need Apple making a little, profile about you and serving you ads on that. It's just data harvesting. There's no need for that in 2024. Speaking of which, I am making an updated how to block all ads on iPhone video. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe so that you guys don't miss that, because I don't see an ad on my phone anymore. No ads. and I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it, and it's free. Now, while you're here, may as well turn on stolen device protection and keep it set to always. That's just how I do it for maximum protection. In case anyone steals my phone, they're not gonna get very far with it. First of all, because I'm tracking the phone, but also because this gives you a little bit extra peace of mind, keeping things locked down. And if you want, you can turn on app privacy report. That just tells you what different apps are doing in the background. It can be cool to see, but it takes a couple of days to gather data. Anyways, those are the best tips and tricks for the iPhone right now. Like I said, I'm gonna teach you guys a full tutorial on how to block ads. That's coming up soon. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.